What is your name and what is your creative focus?
What's up, everybody? My name is Will Fairbanks, and I am a filmmaker, director, writer.
My name is Jerzeyson. I make art. See, for me, music is my medium of expressing myself through art, whether it's singing, rapping, dance, creating content. I just want to be in that space of utilizing music to create art and to express and impact people as well.
My name's Carter Franklin. I'm a video content creator. Just graduated from Ohio Wesleyan this past spring, and now I'm pursuing a career in the sports industry.
Got the question. So the question was, am I native to Columbus, and how long have I been out here, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. No, I am not native to Columbus. I'm actually from Ann Arbor, Michigan, born and raised, Wolverine stand up. I have been out here for on and off like the past 5 to 8 years. You know, that's a complex answer, but yeah.
Well, I'm from Worcester, Ohio, which is about an hour 15 north of Delaware. I haven't been working in Columbus, so.
I'm from Jersey originally, so I'd moved here from New York, just for work and whatnot. And, Columbus is definitely growing on me. Artistically, there's inspiration, there's the people here, the energy, just, you see how people interact with their environment, interact with the world, right? And energy and synergy is everything. That instrumental is fire. I'm gonna call them back and hey, you're gonna use it for a loop. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a ringtone be used for a loop? Now, but in reference towards that, right? That's interacting with your environment, and that's kind of what Columbus is, right? It can be so random or sporadic, but just interacting with your environment and pulling from those things. That's what creates art, and I think that's what we have here in this city.
Okay, the question is, when did I decide that this is what I wanted to do? I decided, I can't really give a straightforward answer. It wasn't like a aha moment where the clouds opened up and Christ was like, William, this is what you're doing, because I've always been interested in the arts. So at some point in my life, I think it was 6 to 7 years ago, I was trying to figure out how I could utilize all of my talents, because while my focus right now is film, it developed to that. It started off in music, and then it actually went to writing, and then at some point I was trying to figure out, all right, how can I utilize all of my gifts, and film was the answer. So I think that I decided to go full-fledged with film about a year and a half to 2 years ago. But I've always been creative. I've always been making things since, I was 3, 4 years old. So I hope that answers the question.
I've kind of had a passion for content creating and videography my whole life. I remember going to Cavaliers games and Indians games as a child and seeing the big hype videos on the Jumbotron, and I always thought to myself that would be a cool job. But it wasn't until, for whatever reason, later on in my college career that I found out it was something people are able to make a career out of. So that's when I kind of picked up a camera for the first time professionally and started pursuing this.
I would say, the cliche answer, I woke up and I realized I was born to do it. But I think for me, it was accepting that I was born to do it, right? I saw those glimpses, flashes when I was a kid. I think the big piece for me was when my grandmother died. I really questioned mortality. I questioned, what is our purpose? What are we doing here on this earth? What are we called to do? And, for me, just creating is something that it's a fire that burns in my heart, and I just have to run with it.
Do you have any inspirations/idols for your work?
I definitely have inspirations. I don't know if I would say idols. People ask me this all the time. I have a Mount Rushmore of directors and filmmakers. Let's go through them real quick. Wes Anderson, Spike Lee, Guy Ritchie, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese. Those are my 5 favorite directors. I love their work, and I'm always pulling from them.
I think there's a lot of people in the industry where I get inspiration from. It's kind of, the sports creative industry is very unique, and it's super connected in the sense that everyone knows each other, and you kind of see other people's work, and you kind of take things and kind of like how can you twist it and make it your own. So there's that with other content creators where I get inspiration, and also for me, music is a big inspiration and kind of influences what songs I pick and kind of portrays the emotion in videos I'm creating.
Well, y'all my home studio, so all my inspiration is around. But I would say just I'm inspired by visual and audio art, right? And I'm inspired by artists who are able to merge the two, right? You know, Kanye West inspired me. Fela Kuti inspired me. You know, even pop groups, you know, like ABBA inspired me just from their song arrangement, right? You know, Queen, the Beatles, you know, just off their ability just to bring songs to life. But then if you look at visual artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat, you know, just the art that he created and taking colors and primary colors and just really like primary and complementary colors and really just telling a story, right? With art that people are not accustomed to on a regular basis. You're looking at graffiti art and street art and making that fine art. So for me, when I look at, you know, artists and people who constantly reinvent.
I just got booked for another video.
Okay.
I tell you what, we out here, Lou. Like, God good, man. Are we recording? All right, I'm gonna save it for after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna save it. All right, I'm ready for you. So in 2020, I've worked on a lot of projects, more than I thought that I would. And to tell the truth, COVID didn't put any brakes on what I'm doing. If anything, it enhanced it, because me as a filmmaker, COVID caused companies to adapt and start to put everything online and put everything digitally. So I was in high demand. You know, this year I've been in super high demand. In July alone, I shot over 14 videos in all, and that's just 1 month. You know, so while COVID did affect me in other areas, it made me slow down, it made me focus, but at the same time, it caused me to, you know, hone in on what I am supposed to do. And I was super blessed. I thank God every single day, because, you know, I hear it all the time, and I feel for people and I feel for the world, like how it has affected them in not such a positive way. But I've definitely been blessed during COVID. You know, I've worked on a lot of different projects. I've got a lot of projects in the works right now, currently as we speak. But yeah, if anything, COVID taught me to trust, you know, trust in God and trust in my ability, you know. And it taught me to slow down and realize where I'm at and analyze it and then make a decision on where I want to go. So, yeah.
I guess my biggest project that I've been working on during 2020 was last month. I was on a cross-country tour with Devontae Friga. He's a YouTuber, former Division III hooper, soon-to-be pro basketball player. But basically, we traveled across the country in an RV from Florida to California, and my job was kind of to be there and document the trip and his interaction with his fans as we traveled state to state.
In 2020, I put out an EP, Native Son. Native Son is it's a beautiful project, right? It has hip hop, it has Afro beats, it has pop elements on the record itself. It told the story of myself as an artist growing up in the States and also growing up in Nigeria as well, and how that really influenced my artistry. That was beginning of 2020, and then I put out Calling, the audio version, and right now we're actually working on the visual piece for Calling, the music video. Well, the music video is actually a short film, so you know, prior to COVID, there were a lot of things in place, you know, the concerts and out-of-state concerts and whatnot. And so once we removed that piece of traveling, out-of-state concerts become a thing of the past. And so now in the new normal, digital engagement, virtual interactions with other artists, so for example, right, Calling, the single that I put out, a couple of months ago that we're shooting the visuals for, Calling, even in COVID, we found new solutions, right? So when lockdown was a real thing, I got the instrumental for Calling from my guy P Tunes. P Tunes is based out of Nigeria, so he sent me the instrumental for Calling. I recorded Calling here in my home studio, exported my vocals out to my engineer Tolu. He's an artist as well, so he's based out of New York. Brilliant guy, and so he touches the vocals, engineers the record. So those are 3 different touch points in COVID, but utilizing the virtual and digital tools that we have. Right, you have a guy who produces the record in Nigeria, an artist like myself who records the record. I'm in Ohio, and a guy all the way in New York who engineers the record. Three different coastal points to put a record together. And then looking at that new normal, I think COVID, even though it disrupted the speed of things, it made us have to think outside the box. Because prior to COVID, a lot of artists were not thinking of how do I use my resources in different regions and pull that together to make something beautiful. But COVID has now given us that chance to find different ways to create, collaborate, and expand.
Said you wanna vibe with me, ride with me, push road back like I'm in them trees. Dance for me, girl, like there's nobody. Swam for your love down in them seas. Can't take it now when I'm in them sheets. Yeah. I don't time, cause I think things have changed. I know pictures up. Be a big vibe, no replacement for. I don't mind, but if you choose to stay, I know pictures up. Me a big vibe, no replacement. Nice.
It was really good.
Yeah, I was getting those words.
That was great.